How's it going, everybody? I might move that camera in a little while. We'll see. I don't know. I'm sure I'm by myself right now, so. I don't care. Drinking right here. Popcorn. Okay, so I realize I'm sitting here by myself. I don't have any, viewers in the lobby yet, in the chat yet. That's absolutely fine and totally to be expected. Unexpected, unannounced live from somebody who you haven't heard from in quite some time. So I get it. Currently sitting here researching, getting ready to go into studio mode and try to record an episode of the podcast for the first time since I think this past March. So while we have published in 2024 on the podcast, we haven't certainly published regularly. So probably won't get into all of, what I've been doing in my absence in this episode, and maybe not even in this live, to be honest. But, drop a comment if you're watching this later and you do want a bit of an update on, what I've been doing. I don't know, offline, right? IRL. I've got a story I'm tracking about OpenAI former employee Suchir Balaji, former employee of OpenAI who left the company and began, not to put too fine a point on it, to sort of report to the media and whistleblow on the company and its activities. This young person has been found dead. So in their apartment, the age of 26, and this apparently wasn't reported on right away. It wasn't reported on for about 3 weeks until 3 weeks after this young man was found deceased. So off the rip, I find that interesting. Maybe I'll do some screen share while I look into this. I'm probably gonna watch some content, make some notes, etc. before I get ready to jump into the recording studio and start recording. So yeah, you know, uh, if you end up getting here eventually and you want to be seen, say hello and down in the chat. Shoot me a message in the chat, and I'll hopefully see it and try to potentially respond as we go. So. Yeah. Okay, we're live. Hey, Eugenie. Good to see you, Eugenie. I'm throwing my phone straight on the ground. It's not my dad. It's a cell phone. Eugenie, hope you're good, brother. Hope you're good. Getting ready to record an episode for the first time in a while. So, but yeah, went to go utilize a publishing tool that had previously been offered to me by my podcast host, Libsyn. They had created a native editing tool for creating and publishing your podcast episodes right in their web interface in their portal. It wasn't the best tool in the world, so this is probably for the best, but I go back to the hosting platform this morning and get ready to try to put together an episode, and that whole suite of tools is gone. They pulled the plug on that entire attempt at bringing you as the client of their web hosting service in to go ahead and record utilizing their tools. So I'm going to be back to Audacity and my existing, kind of older school setup here to record the next episode. Probably for the best. I believe the audio quality and the editing software for the Libsyn based tool is fairly so mid at best, let's say. So anyway, Eugenie, feel free to drop in, drop out. I may be a little boring. I don't know. I might be hanging out and spacing out a bit. We're gonna look up something right now, a topic that I'm researching for the episode that I'm planning on publishing. And there we go. Thank you. Yeah, you know how it is, man. Sometimes you're not even sure if you're supposed to be doing your thing. And then somebody comes along and asks you if you're still doing your thing and reminds you that they sort of cared about your thing a little bit. So gotten just a little bit of that lately, little bit of that motivation coming from, external sort of validation from folks, that they sort of expected that I was still at it. And I like that, of course, right? That means I was at it for a little while, long enough, that my circle did more or less expect me to keep at it. So, who am I to go against that in some ways? But yeah, I'm always in a philosophical fucking spiral. I always go around and around on that. And it's not even really like legit holistic depression of me that, leads me to not publish or anything like that. Like I'm out here having fun. We're doing stuff. We're having fun. Just not always up here recording. Certainly haven't been very much lately, but hey, whoa, Whisper Jack. Whoa, bro. What's up? Great YouTuber right there, Whisper Jack, man. Wow. Honored to have you drop by for a visit. Hello. Watched a number of your videos. Really enjoy you. Really enjoy your style and your content, the stuff you cover. Amazing. Let me see if I can get a screen share going here. Yeah, present. Share screen. Use this with two monitors. Heck yeah, it is. All right, we're gonna go that tab. Turn this on. Glad to have you. Seriously, glad to have you, Whisperjack. In fact, just being reminded of your existence right now kind of motivates me to go off on a side quest and go visit your channel right now and see what uploads I may have missed in recent months. You do a great job. Do a great job. So let's see. I want a window. There it is. Boom. I'm going to share this window. Let's bring that on. Add it to the stage. Boom. There we go. Let's try something like. I see what I've done to myself here. I had it. There we go. All right. Yeah, Audacity's, it's pretty good. God, it's one of the few pieces of software that I own that doesn't constantly try to nickel and dime me. So that's sure to come to an end now that I've voiced that out loud, right? That's probably the end of it. The end of free Audacity. Gone and ruined it for everybody. So yeah, I don't know if either of you guys have heard of this, but there was an OpenAI employee who was whistleblowing on the company, and now they've turned up deceased. They were found in their apartment. This is a little 3-minute piece. I don't know who these people are. Republic World, 6.48 million subscribers. This is looking very weird, this thumbnail. Let's just try to do a little research on this topic. I find it interesting. Those of you who do follow me know that I follow this space fairly closely. So, yeah. Guy's dead, and they don't report on it for 3 weeks. I love it. Doesn't stink at all, right? Not fishy in the least. Let's see. Yeah, what is this? This is some kind of AI channel. This is another one of those. They're going to just give us, this is actually probably better for me for stealing their content, although I'll probably get knocked for this somehow. This will be interesting to see. Are you allowed to just sit here and talk over and look at somebody's content? No evidence of foul play found during the initial investigation. This is educational purposes, transformative content, fair use. According to reports, Suchir Balaji was found dead inside his Buchanan Street apartment on November 29th. Yeah. It's 12 noon on a Saturday, and I'm having a rain here. Deal with it. So it really only worked for them for less than a year, and he saw everything he needed to see in less than a year and pieced out of this company. They weren't paying him in company script either. You know these people pay. San Francisco apartment. Good old Elon. Okay, so this is a trash resource for information on this topic. We're going to see if we can find somebody who speaks words, tells us anything about this exact same type of content. We're certainly not going to do this again. Look at this. So this is interesting that all this content is seemingly so weird and low quality. Let's see here. So they don't need a 3-hour and 42-minute stream about it, though. We'll see NBC at least have a voiceover. No, you guys, this is crazy. This is how you're going to get the news on this? I already watched one. I watched one video where the guy told us what was going on. Why are we not signed in over here? That's crazy. Man. All right, hang on here. I'm going. Let me get logged in over here. How you not logged in? Yeah, so we've got a dead whistleblower. We've got updates on the dead internet theory is what I'm going to be getting into on the upcoming episode. Let's see here. Yeah, let me reopen open a new window. Oh, that's why I wasn't signed in, because I was using Brave, which I do frankly prefer. But I'm not necessarily logged into many of my accounts on Brave. It's incredible. Any pretense you take towards actually behaving appropriately in terms of digital online security and like managing your digital footprint, with every single measure of security and peace of mind that you try to implement, you strip away a layer of convenience and functionality, right? So I've made an attempt to use different browsers for different purposes over the years and try not to contaminate Brave, for example, as an alternative browser of mine, one that I often use for research and stuff, with all the same logins as Chrome, for example. And of course, when you browse things like YouTube, not logged in, you'll get a lot different type of feed and sort of presentation of the website than you will when you log in and tell them who you are and who they've been spoon feeding content to for the last however many decades. Yep. Yeah. It's just, you can be out here and get internet herpes every day, or you could be out here and try to mitigate to some extent and just like kiss the usability goodbye. It's the best. It's the best. So anyway, we're going to try to find my history and find that video I did watch that was somewhat informative. Videos I watch will show up here. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but we're gonna find them. Yeah, and then we got drones. Who's here in North America in a state where there have been drones, unidentified drones? What are we dealing with? What even is this? What timeline are we in? I mean, we're in some kind of timeline. That's for sure. All right, so yes, that Republic World, get this, that trash. Come on, guys. This is interesting to me. Just the fact that the only way this story seems to be getting covered is by these strange bot channels. This is weird. They're just all bot channels. Let me add this to the stage again. Bring it back up. Is this person going to talk? Okay. Hey, that's a tough accent. That's a thick one. I can tell as I hover over these that we're just going to get this same. Jesus. My computer's from 2018. I still think of it as a pretty new computer. Maybe I need to think of it a little differently. She's struggling. Yeah, no, I mean, the internet's more dead than alive. It really is. And this morning I joined the ranks of the ever-growing numbers of creators, domain owners, what have you, that through whether it was intention, neglect, or sheer mishap, as was the case in my situation, I've joined the ranks of people who used to have a website and who don't anymore, with no record or archive or backup of the website existing anywhere. And so I'm faced with the reality that I need to build a new website for Baked and Awake. Because I accidentally canceled what I thought was a product feature set that I'd added on to my web hosting services from, GoDaddy is the company who I worked through, and had actually canceled my entire website. The front end published site. I still own my domain name. I still own Baked and Awake. I still have my email address. Talk to us at bakedandawake.com. But yeah, this is why I'm drinking a beer at noon. So I spent the better part of an hour on the phone with GoDaddy today talking about where my website went. So anyway, Baked and Awake is part of the dead internet now too. Yeah. Like, I literally had to hang up with them. They were trying to, offer me a discount on, restarting everything up and making sure I got back my basic nominal level of the services that I had been accustomed to. I did it to myself. I was in there back in August fooling around, trying to save money and shut down certain things that I had been experimenting with, and yeah, so because I haven't looked again 3 months, something like that, 4 months, I'm past any time period during which they would have had a still recoverable archive of my site on their servers. So, anybody listening to this later, if you've got a website and you want it, and you want to make sure nothing ever happens to it, probably try to Wayback Machine your own website at some point in time, get on that Internet Archive kind of status. or consider taking advantage of tools that are offered, features that are offered that include some sort of archiving of your domain by your web host, which evidently GoDaddy has. I didn't know about it. Certainly hadn't paid for it, obviously. So that's what we're dealing with that. Yeah, pretty kind of devastating, to be honest. Kind of devastating. Here, Entertainment Tonight. Are they at least going to talk? They can't talk, dude. It's all bot channels. There's no. Is there a live person anywhere in the vertical of what it takes to run a channel like this? I mean, obviously, this is Entertainment Tonight or the Economic Times. The Entertainment Tonight, the Economic Times, the Economic Times. What are they? What is this? What even is this? 2.78 million subscribers on an absolute hot garbage bot account. Yeah, so you know who you have to be to work at a place like OpenAI. This guy was, a very sharp individual with a illustrious resume to get in there. You go work for a place like this, and you fail in less than a year, and start telling people about it because you're so discouraged and upset and frankly worried about what you saw there at work. Yeah, so I would rather find a news article on this at this point, frankly, and read an article. What's TechCrunch got on this? Sushir Balaji recently found dead in his San Francisco apartment. So this story came out, just yesterday. But so that's the thing. They said he was recently found dead, but then they tell us that he hadn't been seen since they found him on the 26th of November, because on the 25th, they said a day before they found his body. So why, it just does seem a little sluggish in terms of a person with these type of connections, why this story wouldn't have gotten out immediately in some form, even with limited details. So after he did work there for longer than a year. I stand corrected. They're claiming 4 years, nearly 4 years. So if anybody who was watching here earlier saw that and I said less than a year, forgive me, my bad. Regardless, so he was there more than long enough to see some shit. What was the cause of death? So yeah, his main gripe is that everything about the way they train these models is not in accordance with the posited, publicly espoused codes of ethics that they say they're adhering to. What I mean by that is they're stealing people's content and training the AI language models on people's content directly, and that the AI language models are frequently paraphrasing and repackaging plagiarized content from all over the world. Books, blogs, websites, you name it. Transcripts of videos. So let's see here. I initially didn't know. So this is commentary from Balaji. They tweeted it in October. I initially didn't know much about copyright, fair use, etc., but became curious after seeing all the lawsuits filed against Gen AI companies. When I tried to understand the issue better, I eventually came to the conclusion that fair use seems like a pretty implausible defense for a lot of generative AI products, for the basic reason that they can create substitutes that compete with the data they're trained on. Balaji's death was first reported by the San Jose Mercury News. So when did they report on it? well, this is literally just going to take me to that. Okay, so that was their story was published now too, today. Get out of here. I don't want this shit. You guys paywalling me? Okay, so obviously we're not reading the Mercury News for paywall. We're not getting involved with that. Okay, so really what it comes down to is I think we have reason to, believe, assume, suspect that companies like OpenAI, as well as whether it's Google, Amazon, Facebook, Meta, on down the line, that every single one of them is playing fast and loose with ethics, with compliance, with, even honoring their own respective public mission statements and whatever various ridiculous forms those things come in. So I'm gonna have to put together my thoughts on this, and the conversation will center around the sort of my continuing evolving conviction that the tools we're currently being presented with from the companies who are building these products and foisting them out into the world are, half-baked. They're not divorced from risk for the average user, in terms of it's another vector, as far as I'm concerned, for exposure on the internet. Your digital identity. Let me say hi to my son really quick there. He's on a call with his cousin and outside the door of the studio right now of the state-of-the-art Baked and Awake studio. Let me tell this kid to go chill out. Bro. I'm recording right now. So I totally off the steps completely. Back to what you. Thank you. All right. Good stuff. Yeah. So worried about that. Worried about the continuing enshittification of the internet. And definitely need to sort of sit down in front of the mic and talk it out with everybody. We're up here in the studio today right now, just sort of seeing if things still work. So I know I've only got 2 or 3 people in here right now. Jack, I don't know if you're still here. Thank you for stopping by. Either way, you, Jenny, likewise, thank you for stopping by. Super appreciate you. Always have, brother. Just sort of, it doesn't serve you well when you step away from the desk and don't come back once in a while. You know what I mean? I barely know how my equipment works. Lucky Audacity didn't need an update. Maybe it does. Maybe it has an update available for me. Take a peek at Jack, tell me in the comments there if you can, have you been active this past year? I don't know that I've seen many notifications. I'm sure I hit the bell on your channel, but we also know that that's in no way a guarantee that I'm even still subscribed to you if I go and look right now. How's the channel growth going? How are you feeling about YouTube in 2024? I find it still tantalizing. It's fun, satisfying to create work when I do. But I also feel like, I'm just like a little teeny tiny voice out here in the wind amongst just billions of others. I just don't know, how much mileage I'll get out of my own work. I'm always wondering, do we contribute? Do we contribute to the battle? Do we contribute to the value? Excuse me. So I'm looking over here. Ruse is rarely notified about new stuff. Yep, absolutely true. Absolutely true. And it is an uphill battle. It's definitely the case. It's crazy. They say they've got these tools here for us, but I don't know. They seem like they work really well for some folks. It seems like it works really well if you want to put out some banal milquetoast, just like not uncontroversial content. That's always been something I struggle with. I don't want to just make anything because I think it'll get clicks or views, right? I just want to talk about what I care about. I want to cover and create content on things that matter to me. And while I know for a fact that those things matter to some other folks, you guys let me know, from time to time, right when I think absolutely nobody's listening and nobody cares, it's at that exact moment in time, either a friend or a family member will ask me how the podcast is going, or I will literally get an email or a new review from somebody out of nowhere. Those help a lot. So, I'm also going to be talking about dead internet theory. I started reporting on that back in 2021, and I think the original threads that started on this over on like 4chan or Agora Road, wherever the hell that was even older, 2020 or 2019. There's a lot of videos from a lot of folks by now out discussing dead internet. And I feel like it's not just a real thing that should be chatted about and discussed a bit, but like this should be acknowledged and like grokked on a deep level by people that the internet that I grew up on is long gone. Obviously, you can see by the gray in my beard, the internet I grew up on is long gone. But what we've got now is a hot mess, and it's more difficult to use than ever. The fidelity of the information that you get when researching, trying to extract back out of it, is more suspect than ever. Everything's paywalled. Things that you used to take for granted would be around on the internet are gone. Not just little personal websites like mine, but like much larger domains realms, even whole corners of the internet are gone forever. And like profoundly gone forever. Like no archaeologist is going to find these things later in a ditch. Uh, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's gone that we probably shouldn't lament the loss of, but there's a lot of stuff that's gone that we probably don't even know yet how sad we are about it because we haven't gone to look for it yet. So that situation online continues to develop. We are less sure than ever before that any given interaction with another person, another entity online, in a comment section or on a Reddit post, or, customer service for a company who you're dealing with, like I was this morning with GoDaddy. I think I started out in a chat box initially. Obviously, I knew I was talking to a bot then. But pretty soon I'll be talking on the phone to a bot who will not have announced themselves as such and who will probably come packaged with instructions not to reveal that if they don't have to, if they're not compelled to, and that I'll be, soon being provided customer service by a bot, which, I don't even know if I'm entitled to an opinion on that anymore. We've already been being pushed that direction for literal decades of our lives. We've been pressing 1 for English and 2 for Spanish, and pressing 1 for customer service and 2 for tech support and 3 for other questions for how many years now? I'm already working with and interacting with bots everywhere I go. So it's not a situation, it's a state of affairs that we're all completely accustomed to at this point in time. Give me back the old internet with incessant pop-up ads I had to click away from over and over again. Somehow that might be better than what we have today with the targeted ads. It's like these algorithms know exactly how to serve me up all the same crap I've been looking for myself already, actively just regurgitates shit back to me for months or years at a time that it saw me type into a search bar once. Rarely does it suggest to me something genuinely new. Rarely do I find that's interesting, self-driving cars everywhere. I'm in the Pacific Northwest. We got 1 billion Teslas on the roads around here, so much so to the point that they're like common Pokemon around here. But I haven't seen that much of the self-driving happening here yet. I'm also a little bit in the suburbs, South Seattle, these days, and don't spend a lot of time in the actual metropolitan grid. But I know they're out there in Cali, right? In quite a few places, and maybe you're on the coast there, Jack. I don't know. Yeah, those are almost the least of my worries. That's just a dang car. I'm worried about all our own devices in our homes, and these damn things, of course. In Phoenix, yeah, isn't that one of the biggest testing areas? I used to live in Phoenix and Mesa and Chandler down there. And so I remember how, big, flat, gridded out that whole metropolitan area down there is. I imagine it's an excellent city to, try to build a system like that and make it work. Yeah, are we alone online? So more and more outlets reporting on dead internet. I mean, it's got to be something most folks have heard about. Every intersection, you see a minimum of 2. It has to be a testing area. All the SUs can use them as Ubers. It's bizarre. ASU students, huh? Probably not fooling around in the back of those self-driving cars at all. High morals. Oh, jeez. Again, probably definitely this sounds like an AI voice reading their little article to me. Yeah, I like my enjoyed my time down in Phoenix. Okay, let's just put it that way. I was in my later 20s working at bars down there close to the school, uh, bartending. That is absolute trash. This is literally some kind of this whole article is probably AI generated. So literally, I mean, okay, so somebody named Andrew is claiming a credit for this. Andrew, are you real? Like this is the thing. Like I don't even know anymore when I'm researching a topic. It's like it's a new source every time. It's a new, I got a few spots I go to on the internet, whether it's Slashdot or Reddit or I think I just opened a TechCrunch article a minute ago. Uh, I have a few resources that are semi-regular, semi-reliable. But who the fuck is this? Sci-fi classics from the 1950s and beyond. AndrewGibson.com. Like who are you and why? So Andrew Gibson has a blog, and he's talking about dead internet theory here. It sounded like the story is AI generated. Because let's listen to these words. Let's read these words, just like the first paragraph, and just ask ourselves: does this sound like generative text? The internet, once hailed as the ultimate platform for human creativity and interaction, now faces an existential quandary encapsulated in the dead internet theory. This speculative notion suggests a digital realm dominated by not by human users, but by artificial intelligences and bots, masquerading as genuine participants. And I know we were just listening to this being read to us, but I didn't like that guy's voice. Couldn't listen to it. Originating from the depths of online forums, this theory paints a dystopian picture of our digital future where AI-generated content overshadows human creativity and interaction. As we delve into this theory, it becomes crucial to dissect its origins, the current reality of AI in our digital spaces, and the potential future it forebodes. This article aims to explore these facets, offering a comprehensive analysis for an audience well versed in the nuances of digital culture and technology. I mean, it sounds like a bit of word salad. It's probably the guy. It's probably a real guy. Maybe he got some GPT collaboration here. It's a little keyword heavy, but then again, looking at this blog site with the Amazon ads along the side, this whole thing again could be just like, does he have an about me? Books, book reviews, sponsored reviews, stuff. What is gaming words? WordPress. Media kit, huh? My journey to 1 million views. Just want to know if this is a real person. Welcome to the media page for all of Andrew G. Gibson's books and audiobooks. Covers on this page. You'll find high resolution covers. Yeah. All right, so maybe he's an author. author. I mean, it looks like he's self-publishing on Amazon, which, you know, makes him as much an author as anybody. We may have worked together. That would be funny. When was I down there, though? It was a while ago. It was 1999 through like the end of 2000, going into 2001. But I think I might have had New Year's up here back in Washington for the millennium, and was back here then. So 98 to 2000, right in there. Yeah, not 99. It was a while ago. There was smoking sections in the bars. And by that, I mean the whole damn bar was full of smoke. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing some reading. I'm probably not going to keep this live going for too much longer. Definitely having fun hanging out with you guys, but don't want to do this to you for too long. I'm not really doing that much yet, and I haven't actually flipped on the recording software to do the podcast episode. I am considering, however, writing my script, getting my show notes together, queuing up the recording software, and then potentially going live again and live streaming the recording and editing workflow. As an experiment, you know. If I do it right, or at least the way I'm picturing it in my head, I'd sit down up here and have that prepared script, go live, fire up the recording studio. And if you watch the live, then you mostly got the podcast. But you may have a little extra back and forth. You know, when I'm not actively recording, I could still react to chats, etc. So it would be like a version of the podcast that's also got that meta layer of this is me making the podcast. My idea is to allow that to be the video content. And then I will simply upload a normal podcast episode the way I always have, including an audio only version of the podcast with the live, commentary edited out. Obviously, none of that will be part of the recorded track. And so for those who want to just listen to the clean podcast content, they can get that in all the normal forms on their podcatchers as well as on YouTube. So, that was kind of why I went live today, was to move that direction. And that's the plan for how I think I want to make the upcoming episode. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Yeah. So, it's like these days, everybody wants a little bit of video content. And even I kind of prefer video content a lot of times to just plain audio podcast content. Sometimes that's perfect because I can't look at a screen and I'm doing something else, writing, etc. But sometimes I like having something on the screen in the background, even if it's just the occasional, just a simple slideshow or something like that. And I've seen plenty of people, sort of produce this hybrid form of content this way. And they seem to enjoy it. I'm certainly not going to transform at any point into somebody with a shitload of high production in my content. It's just not what I'm trained in or what I'm trying to train myself in. I always try to put a little effort in. obviously. But yeah, you know, I've turned off plenty of content that seemed too try hard or too overproduced for me before. You know, if I don't vibe with it, I shut it off right away. So anyway, I'm gonna free you folks. I'm gonna jump up and away from this for a few minutes and go say hi to my boys downstairs. Make sure the kids are doing all right, and then maybe return, come on back up, stay offline for a bit, and whack out that script, and then get ready to go live again. Jack, thank you. While I'm taking my break, I'm going to go pay your channel a visit and see what I might have missed lately, because I bet you I've missed a few uploads, haven't I? I'll watch something and leave a comment on a video for you, for sure. All right. But in the meantime, you guys are the best. Look forward to an episode real soon, and wish me luck in rebuilding my website from scratch. Yeah. So have a great Saturday. Great to check in, however briefly, with everyone. Forgive my insane surroundings. I don't know. Maybe I'll upgrade my StreamYard account so I can do a dang green screen background or something, because Lord knows I'm not cleaning up my mess around here anytime soon. So, all right. Have a great one, everybody. I'm going to go for now. We'll be back again with a real episode. I'm going to record it together and put it out on all platforms in the next couple of days. Try to get her done this weekend. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's it. Build back better. So, and it's an opportunity, right? It's an opportunity. It was a stale setup, hadn't been changed much in quite some time. Absolutely worth redoing at this point. So, and that's what we'll do, because we've been paying the bills on it for all this time. I'm not throwing it out now. All right, you guys are great. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Smoke indica and do shit anyway. And I'm out.